People in the house. How are my beautiful 11s? All right, you guys. I need all 1111s on board for Florida. In the hurricane that it's a very serious. In hold on. Hurricane. I do it every time. It's very serious. I don't get drawn to events worldwide or United States wide unless it's something important. So, I was outside yesterday and I got this really weird feeling. And my family, lots of my family live in Arkansas and the Ozarks on my dad's side, but my mother's side lives in Florida. Like that's where all our family is. So we have a few straggling family members in between. I was born in Pensacola, Florida. I was a Navy brat. So anyway, I got a really weird feeling. And like last week, my mom did something really strange. Like I knew where my sister was. She lives in Louisiana. She was traveling. And out of the blue, my mom texts me, Jessica or Jolene is safe. We found her. And I'm like, what is she talking about? So I call my mom. She's like, oh, I just didn't get a hold of her that morning. And I'm like, Mom, you made it sound like she was in like dire straits hurricane. And I believe that's where my sister was headed, was Florida, to visit the rest of our family. So I'm trying to figure it all out. But I will be working on that. So I'm all out of sorts. Also, y'all, I'm painting the office for our channel. It won't come off my nails, so it's baby blue. It's going blue and the navy. And I got our chair. I took our snooper chats. Thank you for all you guys do for me. I'm getting us a chair. So I've got the bottom on. It came this morning. So I'm in the middle of painting and I'm like, you know what? I want to put that chair together. So I cleared a spot and I began putting it together. And I'm having a problem getting the back hooked up because I need a second person. So I may have to wait for like one of the college boys of mine to come home and see what's going on with Mom. Because I got it all done except for the back. Is all like, nope, not yet. But I sat on the stool part. Oh my gosh, this Camp King is getting retired for camping, right? What it was meant for. I'm excited. I've got an old desk. So that's my next thing. I priced one. And they're about $150 for what I want. I want something small, lightweight, just a nice desk. We're using this old wooden one and it's got little nails that stick up. But I covered it with a little tablecloth. Mama D's just a mom, you know. But that's what's going on. So I've been using your snooper chats to improve our world. Our paint is covered now by you guys. So the office is getting a full facelift. When we do these call-in shows like this, I'm going to pull the camera, push it back, you know, so that you'll be able to see our little office area. And I have a little surprise. Remember the mural, okay, that we talked about putting on the wall? Well, we're getting closer. It's probably going to be 2 weeks before the renovation is done, but I'm excited. So why are we here today, though? In the very beginning of this case with Kiely RODNI, I brought up the Burning Man Festival and I was poo-shooed off stage. I was like, everybody was like, silly girl, go kiss your butt. No. But there was quite a few people that were like, you're reaching out of range. And I was like, I don't feel so. And so I recorded this little narrative that incorporates Burning Man, and I called it Just Another Theory, and it's uploaded on this channel. All right. I went and listened to the first read I did on Kiely while I was painting. Y'all, for real. I don't doubt the messages coming from the divine. ever. Because remember, through the whole read, I'm like, I don't know what this like three-way jealousy thing is. And I'm going all into it. So I'm going to listen to it today with now the clarity of if bokeh happened, right? If really the guy saw that. So I want you to think about that. But in that, I learned about the Burning Man. Or, okay, it's called Burning Man, not the Burning Man. That's it, just Burning Man. And it happens in, I believe it's the Black Sands or Black. We're going to read about it. I saved it on the desktop. So hopefully I can find where I put it on the desktop. And then we're going to do some call-ins for you guys. Okay. Did I not? Well, we can Google. We'll definitely Google. I may have been on my other phone and saved it on the one we're recording on too. That's been known to happen. All right, so the Burning Man Festival. Burning Man Festival is a pagan festival. All right? So we're going, if you really look at pagans, you need to understand there was the Saxon and there were Danes. And we're talking in ancient history here, right? So the Saxon and the Danes. The Saxons went toward Christianity. King James, that kind of thing. Roman Catholic, boom. But the Danes, and I have a Celtic background, so I know this stuff, right? This isn't something I need to research on that. Let me get chat back up. Oh my gosh, Awakened Mystic, just expressing love and appreciation for you, Danny. Oh, bless your heart, lovely. Thank you. And I am coming up to Topside to chat with everybody. Awakened Mystic, you have been supportive a couple times in a row each time I come on, and that means a lot to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right, y'all. So, Saxon and Danes, right? So the Danes were pirates in a sense. They were very, very much in the belief that you're in touch with the gods. Nature is a god, much like I believe. However, in the old days, before they would accomplish a battle or go into a battle or something real serious where it affects the community, they would sacrifice someone. Often they would use a child to choose the person that was to be sacrificed. And you knew that it could be anybody in your village. It was a random person chosen at the time of need. When there's a drought and the finances aren't up, so people are going hungry or anything like that, to where it was a community crisis, they would sacrifice someone in the village. And that was the paganistic way of offering the ultimate gift to the gods. Now, there were some volunteers that would volunteer themselves for that sacrifice. And there were others that just got chosen. And, you know, there's a history of submerging the body out to sea. And they're usually on fire on a raft, right? The body would be wrapped and it would be burned. And then we have Kiely RODNI secretly cremated before toxicology is back. So the pagans used to do these sacrifices, and then times evolve. And so the pagans went with a more humane decision to sacrifice a symbol of a human being being burned. And so we get the wicker man. Now, in the old days, the people may be burned alive inside the wicker man. He was huge, and there was sometimes more than one sacrifice in that community, and they would be burned alive in the wicker man. So they'd be doused in stuff, even like flammable things. So when you look at Burning Man Festival, it's the pagans coming together in a ceremony one time a year. And in it, there's ceremony, and there's good in it, and there's bad in it, in every religion, in every profession, in every spiritual realm, in every reality. There is both good and bad. There's a balance. So please do not think ill of pagans. There are some pagans that are simply beautiful, humble, loving people. So the wicker man is this ginormous, huge, towering wicker man built out of flammable, burnable things. And it's done in symbolism. All right. So it's set afire, ablaze at the festival, Burning Man Festival. In the symbolism for the pagan, to symbolize that they are making a sacrifice. Offers are made to the gods, right? It's a time of free spirit, very Woodstock-like, very open mind, opening the mind to a clear avenue. It's done in the desert. From miles around, you can see this. This is phenomenally huge. When I say huge, I don't know why. I've never heard of this before. The artwork is done on scales that will boggle your mind. There are alien sculptures. There are goddesses and Greek gods and so forth represented. There are altars. People might wear their bathing suit with a pink tutu and hiking boots and wear their hair like me. It's a cross between the flavor of Mad Max, right? If you've ever seen that, where it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it kind of feel. But it's also the most self-expression, which we all need to encourage, there is. But, dun, 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 it falls right at the time at Kiely's whole case. We've got a 16-year-old alleged virgin. We have a bunch of people heading off to college. And we've got the era between the Lionsgate and the fall equinox. Lionsgate is moon, fall equinox, paganistic holidays. We have a mother that is showing signs that she drank the Kool-Aid. Wait. That she drank the Kool-Aid. What is that? That is a form of cadence with your voice when you're casting spells. Yes, it is. You will add an extra cadence to personalize your emotion on the form of speech. Really? You have a woman running around in not a long train of a dress, but in the cloak, the yellow cloak. Yep, that's High Priestess tending to the community. We have the mother talking about the community. Was a community, you've got Ryan Upchurch. Y'all, I'm still standing by Ryan because this isn't right. There's something seriously wrong. We all smell it. We can smell what's being cooked up in the kitchen. It's just a matter of who's going to eat it, because I'm not eating that. Let's just change it. We can smell the creme brulee bacon in the kitchen. Who's up for a hit of that? or a drink of that. I don't think so. They are experimenting with drugs, I believe, in some form. And Kiely is chosen to be the tester. So the Burning Man Festival happens. Let's just look it up. Let's get the details. Then we're going to come into chat. I'm so chilly, y'all. Hold on. Before we look up the Burning Man, I'm just going to slip on. I turned down the air because building that chair, I was like, could not get it figured out. And I started getting overwarm. And yeah, this is the thing. I'm never happy with the temperature in my house because I'm hot one minute, cold the next. So nobody gonna please me. Nobody. All right, here we go. Burning Man Festival, September 2022. I'm so happy to see you guys. I can't wait to say hello. But I don't want to get off topic, so we're going to stay on this. So we're going to burningman.org. I mean, that's easy enough. Okay, Black Rock. I knew it was Black something. Black Rock, August 28th. Kiely was found on the 21st. She went missing on the 5th. Okay, I got to do the gematria. So we've got 8282022. 8282022. So there's a 9 and a 6. It's 15. It ends in a 6. It's all about a sacrifice of love. And it ends allegedly. I say allegedly now. Like, are you going to eat that cereal allegedly? Did you pay the water bill allegedly? Okay, September 5th, 2022. Once a year, 10 of thousands of people gather in Nevada's Black Rock Desert, to create Black Rock City. So this is a temporary city. And I'm talking probably 100,000 people go. We'll find out. But here we go. A temporary metropolis dedicated to community art, self-expression, and self-reliance in the crucible of creativity. All are welcome. Welcome. Does that say Bon? Oh, I'm on my other phone. Bonnie Bailey to Starlight Seeds. Thank you. You're going to be in Fight Club with us. Okay, it says, now I am on this actual burningman.org. Okay. We're excited to build Black Rock City with you in 2022. When we're together again in Black Rock Desert, it will have been there 3 years. Time that many of us have spent imagining what we can all bring to BRC 2022. BRC. Something before real Christ? Before, I don't know. Now I got to stop. You know me. What is BRC? What does BRC mean? Bra removal confusion. Business Resource Center. British Retailers Consortium. British Red Cross. Yeah, okay, so you can pick it and choose it. Okay, let's get back to, oh shoot, y'all. Burning Man Festival. I am not that great at technology like my phone. Like I can do graphics and build programs on my computer, but give me a phone and I'm like, no. Okay, now I went to the same address and I have a whole different webpage. I don't know if it's like, what? Yeah, completely different page. Like I was just about to get into the details and now I'm at their, oh, this is 365 Burning Man. All right, different website. Mama D ain't good at this. I've lost the website. Yeah, it just keeps taking me this one. All right, I'm going to the Wikipedia one. Burning Man is an event focused on community art, self-expression, and self-reliance held annually in the western United States. The name of the event comes from its culminary ceremony, the symbolic of burning a large wooden effigy, referred to as a man, that occurs on the penultimate night of Burning Man, which is the Saturday evening before Labor Day. The event has been located since 1991 at the Black Rock City in northwest Nevada, a temporary city erected in the Black Rock Desert about 100 miles northeast of Reno. As outlined by Burning Man co-founder Larry Harvey in 2004, the event is guided by 10 principles: radical inclusion, gifting, decodification, radical self-reliance, radical self-expression, communal effort, civic responsibility for community, leaving no trace, participation, and immediacy. Leaving no trace. The event originated on June 22nd, 6/22, right? 1986, on Baker Beach in San Francisco, a small function organized by Larry Harvey and Jerry James, the builders of the first man. I'm totally getting a Fight Club like moment, you guys. Feel like I'm reading the book. I can't explain it. There's nothing concrete that says the book and this even look alike. I'm talking about a feeling I'm getting. It has been since held annually, spanning the 9 days, 9, very important number, leading up to including Labor Day. Over the event's history, attendance has generally increased. In 2019, 78,850 people participated in the event. In 2021, the unofficial event had an estimated 20,000 attendees. I said thousands. I said 100,000. I think it is closer. It's way over 20,000. I saw pictures. NPR said about Burning Man, once considered an underground gathering for bohemians and free spirits of all stripes, Burning Man has since evolved into a destination for social media influencers, celebrities, and the Silicon Valley elite. This is in Wicca. Check it out. At Burning Man, the participants design and build all the art activities and events. Artwork of Burning Man includes experimental and interactive sculptures, buildings, performances, and art cars, among other media. These contributions are inspired by the theme that is chosen annually by the Burning Man Project. An anonymous attendee once elaborated that Burn Man is about why not, overwhelming why. Participation is a key percept for the community, so there is much controversy in the community over the problem of non-participatory influencers and elite at the event. Burning Man is organized by the Burning Man Project, a nonprofit organization that in 2013 succeeded Black Rock City LLC for a profit limited liability company. Black Rock LLC was formed in 1999. 1999. If you followed me on these reads, 999 is important to the Kiely case. Note taken. Put that on the whiteboard. To represent the event's organizers and is now considered a subsidiary of the nonprofit organization. The Burning Man Project endorses multiple smaller regional events guided by the Burning Man principles, both in the United States and internationally. The organization provides the essential infrastructure of Black Rock City and works year-round to bring Burning Man culture to the world through programs such as Burners Without Borders, Black Rock Solar, and Global Arts Grants. Burning Man began as a bonfire ritual on a summer solstice. Sculptor Mary Grauberger, a friend of Larry Harvey's girlfriend, Janet Lohr, held solstice bonfire gatherings on Baker Beach for several years prior to 1986, some of which Harvey attended. When Grauberger stopped organizing it, Harvey picked up the torch with Grauberger's permission and ran with it. He and Jerry James built the first wooden effigy on the afternoon of June 21st, 1986, cobbed together using scrap wood to be torched later that evening. On June 22nd, 1986, Larry Harvey, James, and a few friends met on Baker Beach in San Francisco and burned an 8-foot-tall wooden man as well as a smaller wooden dog. Harvey later described his inspiration for burning these effigies as a spontaneous act of radical self-expression. In 1987, the man grew to 15 feet. And by 1988, it had grown to 30 feet, which is 9.1 meter. By 1988, Larry Harvey formally named the summer solstice ritual Burning Man by titillating flyers for the happening as such towards off references such as Wicker Man, referring to the practice of burning live sacrifices in wicker cages. Harvey has stated that he has not seen the 1973 cult film The Wicker Man until many years after, that it did not inspire the action. In 1990, a separate event was planned by Kevin Evans and John Law. Kevin Evans and John Law. They sound famous already. On the remote, largely unknown dry lake or playa known as Black Rock Desert, about 110 miles north of Reno, Nevada. Evans conceived it is a datist temporary autonomous zone with sculpture to be burned and situationist performance art. He asked John Law, who also had experience on the dry lake and was a defining founder of, pay attention, listen close, Cacophony Society, CACOPHONY Society. Take heed of that. That I just got a hit when I went to read it. Like, boom, pay attention. Okay? To take on central organized functions. In the Cacophony Society, and I'm saying it wrong, I know. Cacophony. I'm just going with it. Society's newsletter. It was announced as a zone trip number 4. A Bad Day at Black Rock, inspired by the 1955 film of the same name. Meanwhile, the beach burn was interrupted by the park police for not having a permit. After striking a deal to raise the man but not burn it, event organizers disassembled the man and returned it to the vacant lot where it had been built. Shortly thereafter, the legs and the torso of the man were chainsawed and the pieces removed when the lot was unexpectedly leased as a parking lot. The man was reconstructed, led by Dan Miller. I know a Dan Miller, by the way. Harvey's then housemate of many years, not this Dan Miller, just in time to take it to zone trip number 4. Michael Mickle Are these real names? Michael Mickle, another active copophonist, realized that participants unfamiliar with the environment of the dry lake would be helped by knowledgeable persons to ensure they did not get lost in the deep, dry lake and risk dehydration and death. He took the name Danger Ranger and created the Black Rock Rangers. Stephen King, are you writing this? I want you to write me. I want Stephen King to email me that secret little note. This is all written by me. I just put it in there for you to see. This is bizarre. He took the name Danger Ranger and created the Black Rock Rangers. Thus, Black Rock City began a fellowship, heed the word fellowship, organized by Law and Mickle, based on Evans and Grabarker's ideas, along with Harvey and James' Symbolic Man. Oh, this is so Fight Club. Oh my golly. Become a member. That way you can see it, or make sure you catch them when they come out. Like, it'll still be, you can still catch chapter 4 until I think it's 6 o'clock today. Then it goes members only. All right. Drawing on experience in the sign business with the light sculptor, John Law prepared custom neon tubes for the man starting in 1991. So it could be seen as a beacon to aid navigation at night long before there were any planned roads. In its early years, the community grew by word of mouth alone. All were considered and generally not invited until they could be Fight Club. All were considered and generally not invited until they could be expected to be. This is Fight Club based. This is, oh my golly. Participants under their contribution to the cacophonous situationist vibe. There were no paid, oh my gosh, there were no paid or scheduled performers or artists, no separation between art and life, nor art and space or living space, no rules other than don't interfere with any. There are rules in Fight Club. What? Y'all, are you with me? Are you hearing the words I'm reading, baby? No separation between art and life, nor art and space and living space, nor rules other than, quote, don't interfere with anyone else's immediate experience, and, quote, no guns in Central Camp. In 1991 marked the first year that the event had a legal permit through the BML, the Bureau of Land Management. In 1991 was also the year that art model and fire dancer and later Burning Man's first art director, Crimson Rose. We got Danger Ranger, True Train coming through, and Crimson Rose attended the event. In 1992 saw the birth of a smaller intense, about 20 participants the first year, about 100 in years 2 and 3. Nearby event named Desert Sightworks, conceived and directed by William Benzen, and co-produced in 1993 and 94 with Judy West. The annual several weeks long event was held over summer solstice at various fertile hot springs surrounding the desert. Participants built art and participated in self-directed performances. Some key organizers of Burning Man were also part of Desert Sightworks. John Law, Michael Mickle, and William Benzen was a friend of Larry Harvey. Hence, the two events saw much cross-pollination of ideas and participants. The Desert Sightworks project ran for 3 years, 1992 through 1994. In 1996 was the first year of formal partnership was created to own the name Burning Man, and was also the last year that the event was held in the middle of Black Rock Desert with no fence around it. Before the event opened to the public in 1996, a worker named Michael Fury was killed in a motorcycle crash while riding from Gerlache, Nevada, to the Burning Man camp in the Black Rock Desert. Harvey insisted that the death had not occurred at Burning Man since the gates were not yet open. Another couple were run over in their tent by an art car driving to Rave Camp, which was at that time distant from the main camp. After that, in 1996 event, co-founder and partner John Law broke with Burning Man and publicly said the event should not continue. In 1997 through 2013, there's all kinds of, let's see, they do fireworks. They have huge, this is huge. It's a Woodstock. Basically, it's a modern Woodstock. And they trip. They take drugs and trip and go out in the desert. And there's a wicker house, a wicker church, a tabernacle that they're going to burn. And they're going to burn all of it. See, it's like I'm psychic. That's still it is beautiful. I mean, gosh, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, look. It's a horn, and it's spiraled, and it's huge, and it's wicker, and it's beautiful. Another ritualistic place. And this is their celebration, which I have respect for. It's that there are bad in every culture. There are bad Catholics, there are bad Baptists, there are bad Protestants, and there are bad pagans, let me tell you. Yeah, it's just a giant, like, freedom. It's a Woodstock in the desert. Look, can't tell me they've got a commercial jet airliner out there with the wings gone, and it's part of art. Look at this, a giant praying mantis. So that is basically enough. You can go and continue. There is so much. There's a grid street structure. There's a ban on driving except for approved mutant vehicles and service vehicles. So if your vehicle's not a mutant, you're not going to get through. You have to participate. Well, if you go to Fight Club, first rule is, if it's your first night at Fight Club, the rule is you're going to fight. You have to fight. Well, you have to participate, right? Burning any art must be done on an approved burn platform. So it does get into some very interesting deaths that occur. What happens during the pandemic and all of it. But there's a lot of criticism. But when they're done, there should be no trace they were ever there on that planet. There should be no garbage. There should be nothing because they live by the no trace policy. So the no trace policy is that Burning Man takes place in the middle of a large playa. And while not inhabited by humans itself, the area around the playa is home to many animals and plants. Supporters of Burning Man point out that participants are encouraged to leave no trace. LNT, leave no trace, of their visit to Black Rock City and to not contaminate the area with litter, commonly known as MOOP, which is matter out of place. Despite the BLM and LLC's insistence on the practice of LNT, the amount of residual trash at the site has increased over the years. So there you go. Even gray matter is not supposed to be dumped on the playa. And used shower water must be captured and used either to evaporate off or collect and carry home. It even goes into poop trucks, so whatever. All right, let's get back over to chat. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are in your world. And I'm excited to be here. I want you guys to do the talking now. The phone lines are open. 715-721-6498. Give me a call. I'm going to get chat up. I'm going to be saying good morning. Let me make sure the phone can be heard. All right. Dropping things. Woo. It won't open. This phone is dumb. It says wrong. Oh, I got to put my PIN number in. Sometimes it's the user, not the phone. Okay. Let's make sure the volume is up. Good thing I checked. It was all the way off. Okay, we're good to go. Phone lines are open. Give me a ring-a-ding-ding. 715-721-6498. All right, give me a call. Hello, everyone. Hi, Indy. How are you? Good to see you. All right. 1:44 p.m. Interesting. Let me get you on speaker. And you are on the air with Mama D. How are you?
Anyways, I just have one question.
Yes, Double Rainbow.
Unless there's something to gain from it, so I would like to know what happens to the loser, and then what does the winner gain from it? Is there a prize?
In Fight Club?
Yeah.
I can't answer that. That would be a spoiler, lovely.
Oh, I'm ahead. Okay, I'll be quiet then. That's all I'm going.
Yeah, you're going to have to stay tuned in the book. That or you can cheat. You can go watch a movie.
Okay, I will remain in suspense then.
Yes, with me. I don't know either. I'm on chapter 10, and I don't know either. I had to take a...
Sorry.
What?
Sorry. I'll let someone else call in now.
All right, lovely. Thank you for calling me.
All right, but someone has to start the phone calls.
I love it.
I'm not sure.
Thank you for being that 2 times in a row. You were my first caller, which helps, right? You are very supportive, Double. I love you.
Oh, I love you. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, love. That was Double Rainbows, if you didn't recognize. She started calls off last time. How supportive to, like, crack the ice for everybody. All right, here we go. And it worked, right? Hello, how are you? You are on the air with Mama D.
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. This is Dolly Benjamin.
Dolly, can you turn me down in the background, lovely?
Yeah, no, there's nothing in the background. It's just me and you. I even got the television phone.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, how are you?
No,
What?
it's Paul, not Dolly.
Well, I'm happy you called, Dolly. What do you want to share with us today?
Okay, I had called on a recent phone call. This is like Children of the Corn stuff here.
I said that, yeah. I agree with you.
It truly is, like I said before. I think everything happened at Boca.
I do too, and I think it was...
They had a big party over there.
I think we're going to find out a lot more about this community.
Yeah, I think them girls set her up. They all knowed it. I think the parents knowed it. That's why the mother's not upset, still hanging out. I mean, picture says 1,000 words.
I agree.
Yeah. And if it comes out, I don't think she's going to get the justice that she deserves. Maybe not with everybody.
Right.
Because, yeah, but if everybody keeps pushing, they're going to have to come out and tell us something.
Well, I'll tell you what we are doing is the truth is getting out there. And the truth is
That's
going
all
to,
we can do.
yeah, and the truth is going to eventually overweigh them. Hun,
Yeah, I hope so. I really do. Because since day one, I've been feeling every one of them has set her up. The only one that's even showed true emotion is Meg's. And I think that's because she's been with her for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but it is like the Burning Man, the Wicker Man, all of them. That's what I'm saying. It's like the whole community is like children of the corn. So it's like, well, we're going to do this, and we're going to keep everybody else out. We don't care what you do. And Kiely was of the light, of natural light. You know?
I agree.
And the rest of them had to light torches to say, oh, here I am, here I am. I'm good, when in all reality they wasn't.
You know, I agree with you on this, and I feel it's so strange. Hun, your phone is really messed up, and it's hard to listen to.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Dolly. I'm sorry. Are you still there?
I don't know what the deal is with it. It's constantly getting a bad connection. It's probably when I'm down south.
Okay, hon. Well, thank you for calling in, Dolly, and I hope that we'll be able to talk in the future.
Okay, honey. Yeah, I just hope she gets the real justice she deserves.
I do too, love.
She will eventually, because karma has no address.
You are so right.
All right, well, you have a good day, Mama D.
You too, sweetheart, and I will talk to you again soon. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
Love ya. There was something a little bit off on that with like an echo from when I would speak, I think. I don't know, but that was very, very much like she's saying, like the mean girl group and the community is not embracing this the way I would expect. I feel children of the Truckee corn. All right, caller. I see a bunch of missed calls. All right. So you guys go ahead. The line is open. Please do call back. And the number is 715-721-6498. I'm just sorting my cards out from a read earlier. So, so with the Burning Man festival, it really makes me look at a bigger picture, right? Hello, how are you?
I am really good.
Who am I speaking with? This is Mama D. You are on the air.
This is Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
And I've watched some of your shows and really liked them.
Oh, thank you.
Been following this case from the beginning. And, you know, the funny thing is I started on Mel's channel. And I've just kind of watched the connections and the dots just kind of leading together as you go along. And there's so much info out there, and it's just getting it all in one place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And getting it together. And I swear I need to get my notebook where it's kind of unscrambled. Some people had brought up in chats recently, you know, after the celebration of life, kind of the way the mother acts and talks and different things, they brought up children of God.
Yeah.
And I had actually done a search on it, and I was like, oh, I remember hearing about this cult. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, it could be possible that some of these people might reside in Truckee. And one of the things that they did in that time was, you know, the kids, they were the community. What does she say? Kiely was, you know, the community's kid or whatever.
True.
You think about the hippies, you know, they're more, I don't know, it's just, they seem more cult than just regular hippie. You know what I mean? Just the whole vibe that you
They
get
seem
from them.
organized.
And David Berg and them, they used prostitution and different things like that to make money, to bring in money for, you know, this cult and for these people. And
That's horrible.
You know, it's kind of been a thing that people have kind of wondered what was going on with all these teens. And they've let Sammy run the entire show. And she seems like the girl that all of us, you would pick up from. She's the mean girl.
Yeah. I think everybody that I talk to can agree with that. Nobody's like, oh, Sammy's such a sweetheart and everybody's being mean to Sammy. I don't ever hear that. Everybody's like, there's something mean about Sammy.
Right.
A bully.
Okay. Now, I have said this from the beginning. I've, you know, never called on any of these things before until Kiely's case. And then I started, you know, making phone calls and trying to be a little more involved.
Well, thank you, Barbie.
Mel, I loved the man. I had found him a little bit through Gabby's case. So when I saw him on with
Barbie, if it's another creator you're about to talk about.
No. I'm not trying to I'm not going to even talk about him for very long.
No, wait, stop. Please.
I started
Sandy.
watching him on Gabby a little bit, but I was on another channel.
Barbie,
so when I saw him on
excuse
Kylie's,
me.
I was like, oh, I'll watch this.
Barbie, can you hear me? Can you hear me at all?
I'm not trying to bring up a creator.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I want us to change.
This is just part of the story, and it's really crucial.
All right. I don't want to talk about another creator being involved in anything. Just so you know.
No, I'm not saying that he's involved in Kylie's disappearance or any of that.
Okay, because otherwise I'm done. I just don't believe in talking about another creator unless they're here to defend themselves. If they're not here to defend themselves, I won't talk about them.
No, right, and that I understand what you're saying, and that's not where I'm going with it.
Okay.
All I'm saying is Mel had started this story where he had said that, you know, he'd known this woman and this guy, and that this woman had given him drugs, and that he'd got all lost. And he's like, you know, this could happen to somebody. You know, that it had happened to him. Well, I connected that story later on, thinking about Xana May and Ronnie, and I had also thought that he had the drop on Tony's thing. And I thought, maybe, I don't think he's connected in Kylie's case, if you see what I'm saying. I'm just saying, maybe they use Mel to get their...
Okay, you guys, I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to talk about another creator when they aren't present to defend themselves. I won't do it for anybody. I don't want somebody talking about me and not allowing me to have a chance to defend myself, whether you feel they're guilty or not, or anything. And I gave fair warning. So, hello, welcome on. You are on the air with Mama D. Hello.
Okay, it's Barbie again, and I will move forward past the other stuff because I don't want you to hang up on me.
Okay.
The thing is it's hard to talk about the case when it's like, this is where I heard this stuff, and it does.
Actually, it's real easy not to say their name. Say another creator. That's all you need to say, Barbie, is another creator. I watched a different show. They, this, they, that, but you don't have to say their name. So that's what you have to do. That's what I said. Do not say another creator's name and then connect them to anything on my time. I won't have it. They're not here. And whether it's a good thing for them or a bad thing, I don't want them to be spoke of. First of all, it can get me a copyright strike. And second of all, it's not right when they're not here at all. They have no voice.
No, I get what you're saying. I was just trying to explain the story because it's just like, it's hard not to bring up the creators because that's where I saw it, you know?
Okay,
and so even though I'm not trying to say he did anything, so I'll move past that.
Okay.
Anyway, and this does involve another creator, and I won't mention their name, but they had some messages that were from a Alicia Zane, and they were talking about these people were wanting to rent a home, and it looked like they had a girl that was being held hostage, and I guess they had called the police and everything. Well, another person a couple days later had called in, and they're like, hey, I was running the Shalisha Zing, and it was running me in circles. It was taking me to these Jamaica apartment things, and I can't word for word what the person said, but it had led them back to a bunch of like real estate brokers and things like that. Well, one of the things I'd heard on that had come out was that one of the GoFundMe's for Kiely was being ran by the person that was selling the lodge.
Okay. You've lost me a little bit.
It's right. That's why I'm saying it's really confusing, and I've got mixed up on my story because I can't bring up the creators. But I think it's really important to kind of look into the children of God, figure out what this Shalisha Zing is, and there is creators that are involved. I won't name their names.
Can I ask you, Barbie?
So I'm not saying he's involved.
Barbie, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I want to thank you for sharing this, and I'm going to let you go and give somebody else a chance to talk, but I do appreciate...
I felt like there was something so important I wanted to tell you, too, and I got so messed up and lost, so maybe I will try to call another time. I'm sorry.
Sure. All right.
I got messed up.
All right, lovely.
Thank you for your time.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye for now. Okay. I get what she's saying, that there is, this is a big hello. You are on air with Mama D.
Question, if you don't mind.
I missed that first part. Who are we speaking with, lovely?
My name's Tracy from Milo Van Adventures.
Okay, Milo Van Adventures. Okay.
I guess what I'm hearing is something happening in August, but Gabby died in August, right?
Yes.
Of last year, and then you have Kiely. I'm wondering if there's more out there about missing girls, probably they kind of look alike. It might, I don't know, it's just a question.
It is weird, isn't it? Like the two girls, both at the same time frame. And it's both
same
of the
height, weight, blue eyes, blonde hair.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I just figured I asked what you thought about that.
And then it's also weird, like when you look at Summer Wells and Michael Vaughn, same age, same. I mean, I just don't. I don't know what to think on that. I mean, that might be something we look at in the future for a reading, actually.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if Summer Wells is okay and they're grooming her for when it's time for her sacrifice.
God.
That sounds weird. I'm so sorry. I just don't have a death feeling for her.
Oh, I definitely do.
Oh, you do?
I do. I absolutely have no doubt that Summer is gone. I knew she was gone, and I feel she was gone much earlier than the parents let on. But, that's my...
That's way earlier than August, so I didn't think that would tie into maybe this cult thing that's going on.
I don't know. It's like all these blonde-haired, blue-eyed babies are going, whether they're 16 or they're 5. They're the ones being picked.
All right. Well, I hope that was okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
It totally stood out, and it was perfect. And I think if I got into it more, I probably would find a lot more that never hit social media. Yeah,
it's really freaky. I'm curious as to how many deaths are really in the area that have not been investigated properly.
It probably won't be just in that area. It'll be all over the United States and other countries. So it may not be multiple girls at once. It may be I don't know, maybe they have other festivals that are on different dates as well.
It's creepy because it's making me think of remember that Dracula movie where it had Brad Pitt in it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And they were doing this performance, and the vampires were acting like actors. And they were performing as if they were killing a victim for the audience, but in real life, they really were.
Yeah.
And then I look at this Burning Man festival, and like I said, there are those that are pagans that are very good hearted. Like you couldn't find a better person. But in every faction there is a faction of every group, no matter if it's professional, whether it be a doctors, lawyers, whatever, we have the bad side. And it does make me wonder, are these sacrifices?
Yeah, it's like there's weird things that are happening, um, like all the time, and we're like questioning.
y'all
It's
hear
like,
that
why
beeping?
is this happening? Even politics, like none of it makes any sense.
Yeah,
So like,
I
yeah,
agree.
it goes. It's pretty deep, I believe. So I think there's way more than one cult doing their own thing. I don't think it's one cult and it's manipulating everything.
Well,
I
I
think
agree with you
multiple.
there. I believe, honestly, if we were to get into this and look at the paranormal side of things, I believe CERN, and if you don't know what that is, look it up, CERN. I believe CERN has got its own cult following. And if you look at, the that's a rabbit hole I'm not going to dig into now, but I'm just saying it's unleashed its own cult following. Well, anytime you have this negative dark side, you're also, with them gaining their power, if you will, you also get the light increasing power, and then you have all these people that are waking up across the water. I mean, it's everywhere, all over the world. People are becoming enlightened, and when they become enlightened, we aren't happy. We're very disillusioned, like the Truman Show, and we start seeing the truth, and we're like, oh my God, Jim Carrey's not crazy. Jim Carrey was trying to tell us that this stuff is real, and that there is some nasty stuff happening, and if we remain sleeping to it, it will be continued. If we remain silent, honor and silence, we're going to run into seeing basically the dark gain power, because the truth is light and it's on the table.
I think that people have been silent for way too long, and the thing is too is that when we point these things out, we're put down. We're made to look crazy. Oh, it's a conspiracy theory.
Get your tinfoil hat ready, right?
Yeah, and then it shuts it up. There's so many cases I could bring up that is actually in August that are different than this situation. Yeah, I think that even though the people are waking up, they're still going to be shut down, because just like in that Matrix movie, the guy said there's people that will kill.
They're agents.
Keep the Matrix alive.
Yeah, there are agents. I will tell you that as a person that's been, what some people say gifted, I just consider it a connection to God. But since I was very, very little, I never had a steady home. Like, I was handled as a child, and I was depowered to be so invisible that if somebody even addressed me, like I was like 16, and I thought to myself, have I ever heard anybody say my name to my face? Like, Danny. That would be weird. And I realized later that that was a really weird thought to have, because as much as I talk now, and I was a talker then, I wasn't seen. It was like I was told, to keep my mouth shut about anything that wasn't aligned with our Bible, right? And people interpret the Bible in one specific way, and if you don't see it their way, then you are wrong, and you're done. And I look at it and go, okay, I asked my mom, I said, well, if I have to read my Bible to be saved, what did Jesus do? He didn't have a Bible.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true. What happened?
But here's the thing too, that the baptism, hear me out before judging me. We're already baptized when we come out of the woman's womb.
Correct.
So what they did was they belittled the woman. They took away the power of the woman by bringing the baptism of Jesus Christ.
Right, right. And see, for me, I've done such in-depth study back into the actual parts of things. Nazareth, Jesus of Nazareth. Well, Nazareth did not exist when Jesus was on earth. There was no Nazareth.
I know.
And there was a school of Nazareth, and it was a mystic school. It was of esoterics and understanding the stars. And Jesus of Nazareth was the school he went to, but no, they want to. There's let's not. This is all got to be tabled.
Yeah, I know.
We need to do this over on 1111 Moon. I'm thinking about it. Having spiritual talks.
Jesus is a Jew, but remember they used a Jew to bring down the Jew.
Yeah.
That's why, it's. I don't want to ever say I don't believe in Jesus Christ. I want to, because I want to believe in my Savior. But here's the thing: it's he took away. He helped take away women's power. Women became slaves. They were no longer.
Oh, see, I totally disagree with that. I absolutely disagree with that. Because of the fact that we are going off of what is written in a book. So when you look at Mary Magdalene, to me, he was bringing the woman into the right place and making her an apostle and saying, this is somebody important to me, and she is of a female version. And therefore, he really worked against it all. And I think bringing the woman into that level of respect that would be called upon as a disciple, as an apostle, really pissed off the Roman Empire. And that's where you have this Tiberius Caesar getting so infuriated.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, we need wait.
The baptism wasn't really trying to take away from the woman; was trying to bring back the woman.
Yeah, and they executed him for it. But lovely, we need to save this and do this on Moon, because we have 344 people here to talk about Miss Kiely RODNI. So as much as I adore you, and I can't wait for us to do this, and we are going to be doing spiritual call-ins on. That's something coming up next week over on 1111 Moon. I want you to call me in there. It'll be the same number, so save it.
Okay, I will. And
we'll table it together.
Do you really think that the mom secretly cremated her already?
Yep.
OMG. Okay, that definitely tells me a lot.
Yep.
That's not good. We're never going to get the answers. We're going to be dialing this forever.
Well, I do know that the Delphi case they thought was going to be over, real quick, is still going. So I kind of feel like we're looking at that. All right, lovely. What was your name again?
My name is Tracy. I'm with the Milo Fan Adventures. I leave you little messages.
Well, I appreciate so much, Tracy, that you did call in and share, and I can't wait to talk to you on the spiritual level over on 1111 Moon. So call me back when we do that, okay?
Thank you so much. Okay.
All right, love. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh, my golly, could we talk for days? Oh, yeah. See, the Burning Man brings up a whole part of pagan as well as Christianity. Hello, you are on the air with Mama D. How may I help you today, my love?
Hi.
Oh, hold on. We have Mama D has problems with this phone. Okay, go ahead. You are on the air. Who are we talking to?
I'm Noelle from Arizona.
Well, hello, Noelle.
Hi. The whole Kiely RODNI thing, it's so sad. It's so sad. And the mom, I think that everyone does grieve in different ways, but something's just not right there.
I agree.
And as far as other YouTubers getting involved in it, I don't think that's true at all. I think that's so far stretched because that would have to be so premeditated, and I don't think that any of these creators would do that to a little girl.
Well, I do think there is, I will say this, Noelle. There's going to be bad in every genre, if you will, but would another creator at would they go to that level? I say that someday that will happen. Somebody will go to that level in the future. Do I think that's happening now? No, but we're going to see everything under the sun in our, in our world at some point. But I agree with you. To me, it just seems far-fetched, and I'd rather focus on those that were right in Truckee. Now, was Anime in Truckee? Yeah.
Yep.
So I am focused on her. Am I focused on who brought her into the channel? No, I don't care. I want to know about Zanime, and I want to know where she was at that time frame, why she's timing that canoe trip, why she was over that location when it was actually police taped and had cones on it, which meant you're not supposed to access the area. She went on camera and went back in there.
Right.
And she filmed it.
And I heard on another channel, someone said something about her staying the night there, and then they saw her put her kayak up on her truck, and then when she was on later, they saw her kayak was back down on the ground. Like, and after it was like nighttime and stuff, like maybe she went back out at night or something. I don't know.
That is weird. Because I'll tell you.
I really want justice for Kiely, because it's so heartbreaking. Like, I've cried so many times about it, because what if that was my daughter? What if that was your daughter? Like,
yeah.
All these people watching. What if it was one of our kids?
It is one of our kids. That's the thing. Kiely is one of our kids.
Yeah, and it's like, I told my boyfriend, if something was to happen to me or my boys, I would hope that everyone would be doing this.
Yeah. I agree.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Noelle. I appreciate you, and I hope you'll call back in the future.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. You too. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It really is. Kiely is one of our kids. I mean, the minute, all right, this is just for everybody, a public service announcement. If your kid goes missing and we find out about it, we're going to find out why. Because we want to know to prevent it from happening to that child's siblings, perhaps. I mean, do y'all have concern for Kiely's sibling, seeing as the mother and the community hasn't taken the responsible action to dig into this and even take responsibility at all for allowing the 16-year-old that's inexperienced in driving, that doesn't know what partying is, to go out to a campground filled with seniors and then just go to bed and forget about her? Hello, you are on the air with Mama D. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, Mama B. My name is Renee Pauser.
Hi, Renee. How are you today?
I'm calling you from Reno, Nevada.
Ooh, a local excellent. Thank you for calling. What do you want to talk about today?
What I'm calling is you're talking about Burning Man in Truckee, California. Burning Man is actually in the Black Rock Desert. Yes.
Yeah, I just read that all.
Very, very far from Truckee.
Well, so 3.5 hours isn't that far.
That's kind of a clickbait, and I don't like that. But yeah, I'll be willing.
I don't think it's a clickbait. A clickbait would be that I put false content out and didn't deliver. I am not seeing anything on my thumbnail other than Kiely RODNI the whole case is being broke open during the time of Burning Man. Ooh, hold on. Somehow my phone, you're not being heard. Hold on. Let me put you back on speaker. When I grabbed the phone, I must have. Okay, you can be heard. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Leanne Tiffany. I got to speak with you once before.
Hi.
To be able to again. So hello.
Hold on just a minute. That caller hung up on me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not you.
Yes, ma'am.
That girl that just called me, she hung up on me.
Oh, my goodness.
So find her in chat. She can be blocked.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I muted so it wouldn't.
No, you're perfect. Hey, what was your name?
Leanne Tiffany.
Hi, Leanne, and welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
Hi. I have just a big main question out of everything with the Kiely RODNI, okay?
Okay.
The vehicle.
Yeah.
Where was it at between the police not finding it, which you see pictures of them actually over the site where that vehicle was found by AW, whatever. Okay, so Adventures with Purpose found it. There's the same pictures of the police officers doing the same dive search right there. The car is not there, but then it is there. So who was able to hide this car? And her, possibly, for that long.
Well, you know, it's interesting you asked that because I was thinking that too. And then I looked it up and I rewatched the interview with Nick. And guess where he said the vehicle was?
What?
It's not just at Boca, it's at Boca Campground.
Really? So it's
Yeah.
running around.
Yeah. So I was
Okay.
like, oh my God. So all they had to do was wait it out a day in a camping area. And basically, you could hang up anything you want. You could cover your car. You could do whatever to hide it. And some of those campsites are like, you can pull it behind some stuff.
Yes, ma'am. I live way out in the woods. I know how you can do camouflage.
Real easy.
I'm in the Ozarks of Missouri, so I understand that. But that has been my main question. Like, I understand that could possibly be it, but there were sure a lot of searchers, supposedly, and volunteers and the police, the FBI. I wouldn't want to be driving that car around to a campsite or a campground or anywhere near that place. I'd want it in a building, a shed, a garage with a door, and no one can see.
Yeah, but if this is something that you got to worry about, okay? So what we want and what we got, if we're actually in that situation, apparently are two different things. So you are risking then the car being seen because you're already at Boca.
Right.
So
what if she's in the back of the car? Would you really risk driving her?
I don't think she was in the back of the car. I personally don't think she was in the back of the car. I think that is Kiely.
Okay.
I really, honest to God, have thought and really meditated hard. And if Boca happened, I feel that is Kiely. And I feel she was trying to signal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why she's like, how do I fasten my safety belt?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, duh, no one says that. And for him not to have picked up on that, and he's married and seems lovingly towards his wife.
Oh, I thought he had a girlfriend, but maybe he is married.
Or girlfriend, my bad. You would assume and hope that if you were in that position, a man would help you.
You would think so.
It's very odd that he calls and tells his significant other the situation was really strange and how odd and it was weird and the girl was acting really weird. She acted like she needed help, but he didn't do anything to help. He didn't turn over a tape. He didn't say, hey, boss, I came across something strange. He didn't radio anybody.
The caller, the tow truck, the AAA driver?
Right, correct. He just sat there with them, said, yeah, here's how you do your seatbelt. Oh, the car was just in neutral, which makes no sense to tell them to sit there and have it running for 2 hours to go anywhere else. Once your car is on, you continue driving it, and that empowers the engine, actually, and the battery to charge.
Mm-hmm.
So he totally said something incorrect for being anyone who would be a wrecker or tow truck driver.
Well, unless the alternator, the only other way would be is if these lights were left on or something along that lines. And he said the vehicle seemed to be in working order other than to leave the battery on, to leave it running to recharge the battery. So something did drain the battery. Now, I don't know if this matters. I'm just going to throw it out there. One of the things I found out in my older car that was from 2011, and it was just something with my car, I guess, is the only way I could listen to my radio, okay, was to put my car in neutral while it's off.
Okay.
And it was real easy to do. But it would drain my battery like super bad. So that came across my mind. I don't know if it's anything at all. I don't know if it matters to anybody or if that had anything to do with that at all. But
I'm sure it does. Whatever comes to your mind, I'm sure is magical. I mean,
no, not necessarily.
It is too. That's why we love you so much. But I won't take up any more of your time or anyone else's. I just wanted to put that out there and say, just, they show the proof that they were there. I can't say they went over the vehicle and didn't see the darn thing. I mean, I just don't believe that whatsoever.
There's a lot we need to find out on that, because until we have anything valid, like tangible about that AAA driver, we're all like pulling our hair out.
And because if, as like you said, in the Sun News supposedly reported that she was cremated already, how did they even allow that? I mean, legally, is another question I have. If this is a investigation that has not been solved, I don't know how you were able to be cremated that quickly and without. That doesn't make sense either.
Well, this isn't my first rodeo. I was on the Teresa Halbach murder. That death certificate's crazy. And to this day, nobody can explain it. So I can't really answer it.
I spoke about her when I called you last time.
Oh, see, you must be needing to look up the Avery case.
Yeah, I know a lot about that one. I do. And,
all right.
And there's so much, like you said, there's so much darkness, right?
Yes.
There is light in the dark.
There is.
The dark doesn't like that, okay? Because that's like, I'm cleaning out my closet. They don't want everybody seeing their skeletons. So I think that all these beautiful women and young ladies that are disappearing and being dead are the light. And people see light, and they want that energy. They want that light because they're so damn dark. Excuse my French. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. I swore too sometimes. I mean, if you get angry, you got to.
I feel that they radiate light. Summer does. All of them do.
Yeah.
None of them are like, oh, what? That's. I'm sorry to say. You don't say, oh, that's an ugly kid. All of them are beautiful young ladies or young kids. And it's just, I don't know what's going on. It's scary. And
I kind of think that there is a spiritual war, is the best way to put it, going on Earth. A spiritual war.
Especially with the drugs also.
Yes. And, it's interesting because like dark needs a gateway and permission. And that's what drugs seem to be, is some sort of a gateway and permission. And then that person is subject to
anything.
It's the zombies. It's like The Walking Dead. Are those on meth?
Yep. Missouri's number one for meth, by the way. Just saying.
Wow.
I'm not myself, but we're number one, and St. Louis is number one for highest in crime. So, Missouri's doing really bad, and that's compared to California, for goodness sakes.
Mm-hmm.
So that just tells you the extent of the drug usage and how it flows throughout, even right here in the middle of prairie land and Ozark Hills. It's everywhere.
Right.
So I thank you again for your time. You let someone else get in there and have some good time with you too.
Well, I appreciate you calling in again and sharing this with me, and I hope you'll call again. Oh,
I will. I would love to have a reading from you.
Well, I do readings for people. About right now, I'm not doing any this week, but next week I have a couple. I only do 2 or 3 a week, but if ever you do want one, you just go to if you want to book it, you just go to 1111moon.com.
All right. I will do that, ma'am.
All right.
Speak to you again. That's a definite.
All right. Thank you so much.
Much love. Bye-bye.
Much love. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm not going to take a call for a minute so I can sort out chat. I did not intentionally hang up on her. I thought she hung up on me, but she upset me by saying that, and I grabbed my phone, and I must have hit something in the transfer. So I was all talking to her, and she wasn't even there. And then to go on and on and on about it and try to make yourself the attention in the chat and cause everybody, nope, done. We don't have time for that. Seriously. Hello, you were on the air with Mama D.
Hey, Mama D.
Hi.
So I've got 5 children, so I have a hard time keeping up with different creators' pages. But I have.
Who are we talking with?
Something.
Hello.
This is Tanya.
Hi, Tanya. How are you today?
I'm good. I just every once in a while I'm cleaning and things like that, I turn on and listen to you guys and kind of been piecing some things together, but I don't have like specific, like as in names and that whatnot. But I had saw one creator say, hey, Sammy's parents, you know, they are supposed to be lawyers. He looks into it a little deeper, and at that point, he starts mentioning that they may have a PI company.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
then I listened to I don't know how many people actually believe in this. I'm not sure if I do, but sometimes they pan out psychic mediums. I just happened to listen to one of those creators, and she had said that she felt like Kiely was placed in a parking structure area. And I just, you know, I wonder if the parents having a company, if they did not have some kind of very small, not very large, you know, not like 6-tiered parking structure, but maybe like 2-story type deal, if there was some way that they could have parked her car over the, you know, the weekend or, you know, the days following for a short while to in their parking structure or at the business. And I was like, well, I should go look up what the business's name is, and I wanted to chase after that thought, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. And so I don't know if like maybe you could take the reins on that, or if you even think that that's a possibility. But I just kind of was.
That's kind of hard for me to say because there's no cards that are going to be like, okay, it was in a parking garage, you know. I don't have tarot that does that. And my intuition tells me that this car was in a wooded area and hidden, like.
Yeah, I come from Missouri, so I can completely understand. You can go out of sight, out of mind, and totally stash things without anyone blinking. I get that.
And if they're concerned, if they are concerned, if the people that have done this are concerned that this car is going to send off a signal in some way, if they're trying to track it, or Kiely's phone is going to, they may choose an area they know has no Wi-Fi, which could be a campground.
Right, and that's very true. You know, it's been years since I went camping, but yes, I technology is completely different. You know, anymore. I don't want to say I'm older now, and I just don't have time to watch or look into things. Or heck, we work so much, we barely have time to to catch any YouTube anymore. But I just kind of thought, you know, maybe they had some, you know, land out there somewhere themselves, like Sammy's family or something. And then I'm not pointing fingers at Sammy per se, but she has been kind of the character that everything keeps kind of beelining back to. And she kind of set herself up for that by saying, well, contact me, and they want you to go through me. And I don't know. It just kind of,
I'm wondering, you know what came to mind last night that was so weird when I was painting the office here? What if Sammy was actually an undercover informant that was wiretapped?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, to catch somebody, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll lay there at night, and I think I catch a couple hours because my brain's constantly kind of going,
I know.
And that would be one that, wow, I hadn't really exactly thought about that, but at the same time, you know, but, you know, and it's almost like hiding yourself amongst the sheep, being the wolf, by going, well, I'm innocent, and I was their best friend, and I was with her. Put something on me, maybe somebody will slip, you know, and she was willing to throw one of the pack, you know, into the police, you know what I mean, like the wolf pack, one of her, you know, co-conspirators, or whatever you'd say, you know, just pretty much throw somebody under the bus, for lack of better words there. You know, that does make sense. That could be a very huge possibility. So that's something that's interesting. I don't know if you brought that up on your feeds or anything, or any of your.
No, I just when I was painting, I was like, oh my gosh, just seems so weird how she purposely put herself front and center, and the cops let her.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and they didn't say anything, and they sure aren't speaking up now. They're, you know, if she's playing the lead role, you know, even insinuating the best friend thing, and then if you go look back, like everyone's saying, there's no pictures of them together. They're not really, I don't know. That was a very, very short kind of like, I mean, I've been thinking about all of this, but that was just one thing that I had just seen those two creators, and I was not matching any of these things together. And then all of a sudden, I was laying there, like you said, you're painting, and you got off thinking about things, and you might be right.
I don't know. I'm just saying it came to mind, and it's worth exploring. Is Sammy? I mean, what came to mind was the cops let her do it. They knew she did it. They like basically there was even a rumor, which I don't believe was true, but there was a rumor. It got so bad that people were like, "Is she bringing her own mic?" I mean, and it almost was.
Right.
And if you look at it, if Sammy really is just that fly-by-night ditzy girl that's a shitty friend that basically, says, "Have a good night, party it up, I'm out of here," and then she finds out this girl is missing.
Right.
Sammy's the kind of take charge kind of girl that either, and this is me, I'm like, she's either the most narcissistic person and she's totally in over her head and has something to do with this foul play of Kiely, or she's an informant.
Yeah, that's very true, and like I kind of just almost interrupted you, but I said gut doesn't usually lie. It may not be right on point, or maybe a little bit, but it's steering you in a direction of she's like that whole rumor you just said about did she bring her own mic? Well, who was in control of that mic? There was no, if that was the officers who had decided to let her make that speech and it went, so viral or on TV or whatever, I don't, YouTube just mainly that I see it on, they would have introduced her and said, here is, Samantha or Sammy, Kylie's last, known wit, like, I just think that they would have probably have had her come out, just like when they were doing the first press conference, how the gal with the long brown hair, she speaks a few times, unsure of what she's allowed to say and what she is not. And then she goes, well, I'll let him answer this. And she kind of steps out of the spotlight. Well, they don't have much to go off of. So if, like you said, did she bring her own mic? It is a good statement to, add to this puzzle that is going on right now. So I don't know that, there's so much to it. It's almost a rabbit hole of sorts. And I try not to even, get into that. Once the kids are home from school, I tend to not play this stuff so the way they don't, fear the world. Definitely speaking on the mother, I do think that she is not any kind of mother like I am. I've got an 18-year-old, a 16, well, I've got 5, but the first 3 is 18, 16, and 1 to 2, almost turned 13. And just even trusting them out on the streets in our town, I mean, we live in a, farming community, but in half Amish. But boy, oh boy, I call them zombies, but the methamphetamine users in this town it's weird when you see it out. I don't stay out very late due to work schedules and things, but gosh, I mean, I definitely think, like you guys were talking, I think a caller or 2 ago, about, they have, the drugs can introduce into these things that you guys were talking about the
sure
sacrifices and things like that. I don't know.
Well, I appreciate your time for today, and it really is really a lot to take in, and it's a huge puzzle.
Yeah,
we really want to try to dig into this Burning Man thing. Is it possibly connected? So I'm going to take someone's call, but I would ask you to call back again.
Back up because I'm very interested in the Burning Man thing.
All right.
I think that could be, a lot of things you guys are discussing are, that never lies.
And it may not be connected at all, but if there is, it doesn't even have to anybody, go to the Reno Burning Man, but just, is there something to the idea that we have this huge epic festival for pagans that were based on sacrifices. We have a 16-year-old girl.
Right.
There's bad doctors, there's good doctors. There's not, I mean,
Oh,
that one
yes.
caller that was so mad at me and said that this is all like clickbaity. First of all,
Yeah.
there's no way she can represent 20,000 people. She doesn't know that many people. She can't say there's not bad
Right.
pagans. And like I
Yeah.
said, I have a Celtic background. I more than understand pagans and have utmost respect for many, many pagans. But the whole thing where we're at that level in the case where we're getting the community reaction that this is our daughter and that we're gonna cremate her,
Yeah.
which is actually burning of a body. Just saying. What is
Well,
cremation?
yeah, and just quickly touching on that, that's what.
Why were they
I
hurrying?
mentioned that we've got Amish in our community, so you know.
Why were they
They
hurrying
have
to
some
burn the
small-
body? Why did they hurry to burn the body
Yeah.
on the
that
time
usually is a
frame
bad thing. That's
of?
usually a bad thing.
Yeah,
We've
well,
had that actually.
but it's
happen
the
in our
timing
case
of
in
the
Missouri.
it's the timing of the festival is when they're cremating her body.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to tell that caller, which I'm so frustrated because she took it a mile and made it be everything in the chat about her for the next, what has it been, 30 minutes? I finally had to be like, take it off because she wouldn't
Yeah.
quit. My point being, they pushed through a cremation in secret without the public knowing of this girl before toxicology is out at the time of the fall equinox and Burning Man.
Yep. The time framing is absolutely on
Yes.
point as far as that going on and things like
Yes.
that.
Thank you.
I've seen some officers, you know, with a personal old relationship, you know, not as in dating. Me and my husband's been married almost 20 years, but one of our, you know, acquaintances as children, they were into some rough things, and the officers had actually did some things that were not correct. They had not done, you know, protocol, as we would say, and not speaking on it too much, but he was literally, our friend ended up passing away. I had to spend 11 hours on the phone with 4 different counties pushing the officers to do a search for him, and once he was found, they literally had him cremated, did not even draw blood for toxicology, and cremated him within 2 days.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
Yeah, you know, as of today, you know, it's been almost 4 years now, and it still just lays on my heart that, geez, you know, like, you guys sure just, you know, thought he was, thank God he's gone. But then
Right.
hearing back to the religion and the fall equinox and all that you're speaking on, I follow the moon quite a bit, you know,
Sure.
and all that stuff. And I don't know, I've got my own views on religion and stuff like that, so it is a little different and hard for me to understand the pagan. But definitely hearing these things eventually will be put together, you know, just like the Gabby Petito thing. With everyone coming forward, whether we as a community who is supportive of Kiely or, you know, whatnot, just what's going on with
Sure.
today's world.
Well,
We may be the ones to find the bottom of this before the police even come forward with something. So
you never know, right? I appreciate that you I appreciated that you called in, and I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
talking
no,
to you
thanks.
again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to turn you back on and keep on folding clothes and see if we can't just, you know, put some more pieces together, because eventually they're going to have to say something. I like a lot of people saying this, we're not going to let this rest. And sometimes the public may be the ones that have to do that. So, but I appreciate your time. And,
Well, and thank you.
have a great, I guess I'm not sure where you're from exactly, but the rest of your afternoon, I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon, and
Okay.
I just can't wait to
Well,
keep
and
putting
I
these
look
pieces
forward
together.
I look forward to working with you again in the future on this case, all right?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. You
All
keep
right.
rooting for Kiely. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, love. What a sweet lady. Y'all, I'm going to play something. I have got to go to the ladies' room. I am squirming like I have had to pee for the last 10 minutes. And I am literally, my eyeballs are going like this. So I'm going to turn this up. This is missing 16-year-old Kiely RODNI. What happens in Fight Club stays in Fight Club. Oh, sorry. Here, I can put it up here. I will be back. Intermission. Get your refill. Go potty. All that good stuff.
Get comfortable. Join me in this discussion of just another theory. Thank you for joining me on Just Another Theory podcast, where you can relax and we talk about true crime. As I record this, the date is very important. August 12th, 2022, 6:00 p.m. Almost exactly 7 days, 1 week since Kiely RODNI was seen alive. As most senior parties do, this one got wild. A lot of fighting, very similar to a description of Fight Club. Made me think of Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie case. You may not know what happened in Fight Club. Few do. For what happens in Fight Club stays in Fight Club. Last visual evidence of Kiely recorded was August 5th, 6:08 p.m. Caught on camera at a local Truckee business. And from there, this is where we introduce Jagger Westfall, also known as Jags. Jags steps into the picture as Kiely's ex-boyfriend on a local interview the very first day of the search of Kiely. According to Jagger, he was corresponding with Kiely just hours before her disappearance, and reports that at 10:30 he received a text back stating, "I'm very sorry to hear you're going through that." This begs the question, what is Jagger going through that he is in contact with his ex-girlfriend, who just happens to disappear that very night? In the interview, Jags is quoted as saying, "I really need her back, and I need to know she's safe. That's all I really need at this point. And I just really want to hug her again." Notice all the I's. I really need. I need to know. I really need. I just really want. Very focused on oneself when you're not the person missing. In a more peculiar part of an interview with Jags is when he states something along the lines of he felt strongly it would be himself
I'm
and
back.
possibly two.
Sorry about that, guys.
Three
I literally couldn't hold it anymore. My
Jags
son
claims that he
was headed toward the bathroom, and I almost knocked him down. I was like, I gotta go, like old lady style. Like I'm running down the stairs. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. All right, you guys. So I want to clarify. First of all, this is all about the Burning Man. This is all about Kiely RODNI's case. She's cremated, right? Behind everybody's... Where'd the phone call go? And don't get mad if I accidentally hang up on y'all. I don't mean to. I can't find where the phone's ringing. It's not. Dang, I missed it. Okay, hold on. Oh, I have to unlock the phone. That's why I say you can't get mad if I screw up and hang up on you. That is not my fault. Well, it is, but it's not intentionally my fault. But it's not clickbait. Clickbait, I know what I've been in this business for 9 years, so. Hello, you are on the air with Mama D. Hi, who am I talking to today?
This is Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. Oh, Mama with Kitties. Hi, how are you?
I haven't been able to watch. I've been working.
Huh?
And, I sent you some videos and stuff that I found.
Yeah, sweetheart, you got to understand. You don't need to send me those videos, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it's not that I don't want to see them. It's that I have to keep my energy clear for the readings, right? So I can't go watch. I can't go watch another reader. I support other readers. I'm all like, go for it. I know Harsh Reality, and that's another creator. But see, I know him, and I own the channel, so I feel like I can say, yes, I support Harsh. It's not saying anything degradatory about him or something he did, right? We're going to get into that in a minute. But he's going to have, what is her name? Serafina on there.
I know.
I'm excited, but will I watch it? No. And it's not because I don't support Donna. I do. It's that I don't need that energy getting in my head, and then I start having biased readings. So when I work on a case, I just can't watch all that kind of stuff and theories and things. I can't. I've got to kind of stay with my own energy. However, what you can send me, and I invite you to send me, is any interviews of people that are associated with the case. Like if it's a mother, a daughter, a sister, a brother, an aunt, an uncle that were there, that know about it, or like whatever that. I want to see that, because that's like, for me, that's getting that eyewitness information. I want to hear about the lady, Jessica, that found that black, what appears to be a onesie, a leotard, or whatever it is, the snaps in the crotch. You know, I wanted to see that creator's video, because it's like a eyewitness account. So if it's an eyewitness account, I want every video I can get my hands on, because I can read an energy. But if it's just a creator that's like, hey, I thought of this and this idea, or it's another reader, y'all, as much as I love you guys, I don't click those. I'm not going to, because that's not my job. I'm not here to research the case. I'm here to read the energies of the case. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I hope you don't take it negative. I'm saying this to the whole world. I'm saying it to the world. So.
Yeah, I think, that was that cult that's around there. I was reading into it, and some of the stuff that's happening, I do think that it does fall the way, like some of the beliefs people have, and the time frame that it happened in.
Yeah. So when you say the time frame that it happened in, are you talking about it being at the same time as the Burning Man Festival?
Yes.
Well, actually, the cremation would have happened like right after. And the Burning Man Festival actually doesn't start for weeks. But you got to remember that it's all about the soul. It's about the equinox, the fall equinox, summer solstice, the winter, the summer solstice, the spring equinox, all that kind of stuff is part of the moon cycles, which is all about pagan. And there are bad pagans and there are good pagans. So it's just like, I looked at the Burning Man Festival and I'm like, wow. So it's an area where we're going to find a high concentrate of more of a paganistic spirituality, right?
Oh, yeah. I have a friend, that practices, paganism.
I do too. And like I said, they're some of the most beautiful people.
And there's a video out on, there, you take a road and it's by the praying rock they have out there.
Yeah.
And
I did see that, yeah. With the praying hands on the big boulder, you mean? With the graffiti?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
Right, right out to the sun. And I guess a lot of the townspeople know about it, and there's some Indian tribes, that were told not to go out there because of there's like a high mass killing or something out there.
Yeah, it would be interesting to dig into, like I said, how many people, are actually, I mean, there's cults out there. We know that there's cults all over the world. There's cults. Face it. It's not a conspiracy to say there's a cult. We all know about the Kool-Aid. We all know about Waco. We know about cults existing. We know, the Wikipedia is putting out there that there's elites and celebrities that go to this thing. We're in California. Where is California? What's in California? Hollywood. What are we hearing when we listen to Jim Carrey? What are we hearing when we listen to Corey, right? We're listening to a secret society, if you will, of these elites that are, it's not a conspiracy theory when we have sex trafficking attached to it, and we had Epstein's Island and all this stuff, and then it goes right into the Clintons. And could Kylie's case be much bigger of a deal than we are looking at?
I think so.
I think so too.
They now, and I don't know that much. I know there's like that. A lot of people are involved in that. The Illuminati.
Right. Can you turn your phone up at all?
Oh, hold on just a sec.
Yeah, you sound a million miles away. I can't hardly hear you.
How's that?
That's better. A lot better.
Yeah, I'm just trying. I was working at the same time talking.
Oh.
But yeah, the Illuminati that they have there, and one of the family members is in the Illuminati.
What now?
One of the family members is in the Illuminati.
One of whose family members?
Kylie's. Wait.
Why do you feel that way?
Well, there is an article on it, and I Googled it, and I can't remember which one. I don't know if I sent it to you, but I seen it on there, and I was reading it, and you can, when I researched it, it said that the person was in with Illuminati there. But I'm new to what.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
And all that. Do you do that gematria reading with the numbers?
Geometria?
Yeah.
Yes. I do geometria in my life all the time.
Have you ever done one on Kiely?
Geometria isn't just something that you do. It's something that is part of the language of everything you do. And I do it all day long on everything.
Okay.
I mean, we could sit down and we could do a ruins reading sometime on Kiely too. It's just that it's so broad. It can get into detail. It can, but at the same time, it can get to the point to where it can sound broad. It's not like tarot where I'm showing you a picture.
Uh-huh.
So it's not as easy to, how do I put it? To transmute what it means. Like I can show you a picture on tarot and be like, see, there's knives in the person's back. And everybody goes, oh yeah. But if I just show you guys and it's got like what looks to be like a little box like this, and it's all crimped, and I'm like, see, this is secrets. You're going to be like, what? I tried it for a while on my rune stones, but it wasn't a huge success because most people don't know what I'm talking about. They don't know how to check the, check it against me, if you will. And be like, okay, yeah, she's right because I can see it. It's hard to communicate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering if you did that. But yeah, no, I was just reading up on that and with the different kind of cults, and they have that. Kiely and her mom never lived at that resort. As people are saying that they lived there, they had their own house, which Kate and that Jake are living with her mom now.
Oh. All right, my love. Well, I appreciate you called in and shared all this with us.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Bye for now. Okay. Around. Hold on. I'm getting messages. And, for those of you that call this phone when we're not on the air, it is off. So nobody, this I only use for call-ins. I don't, excuse me. Okay. How do I do that again? I just saw a message that was interesting. It says, this is so-and-so from Sacramento, a friend of Anna Larson. She failed class. Okay, hold on. Y'all, hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to read this. Who is Anna Larson? Hi, my mom is best friends with Mag's grandma's Pam. And I grew up with Mag's mom, Anna. So, okay. Pam, Mag's grandma, came down from Truckee to visit me and told me a few things that I thought might be essential. For one, she locked her keys in the car. That's why the window was broke out. And that she didn't get into college because she failed a class, and Kiely was very upset about it, and that she was going to have to grasp valleys with her mom. What? She failed a class, and Kiely was very upset about it, and that she was going to have to grasp valleys with her mom. I don't know what that means. The last thing she told Pam was that she was going to get the F out of here. And she was seeing an older guy which was a drug dealer that Mags told Anna about. And Anna told Mags she needed to tell the cops now about it, and she did, and they busted this dealer. She wasn't going to college like everyone else, and this was very upsetting to her. This is so-and-so from Sacramento, a friend of Anna Larson. Take it with a grain of salt. I have no proof this is anybody. This could be the killer, right? I don't know, but I'm going to reread this. Hi, my mom is best friends with Mag's grandma, Pam, and I grew up with Mag's mom, Anna. Pam, Mag's grandma, came down from Truckee to visit me and told me a few things that I thought might be essential. For one, she locked her keys in the car. That's why the window was broken. How would anybody know that? I mean, how would Mags know, and why wouldn't that be known already, that she locked her keys in her car so they broke the window? So that's a red flag to me. That she didn't get into college because she failed a class, and Kiely was very upset about it. And that she was going to have to grasp valleys with her mom. The last thing she told Pam was that she was going to get the F out of here. And she was seeing an older guy, which was a drug dealer that Mags told Anna about. And Anna told Mags she needed to tell the cops now about it. And she did. And they busted the dealer. She wasn't going to college like everyone else, and this was very upsetting to her. This is so-and-so from Sacramento, a friend of Anna Larson. Okay. I'm about to jump off here, so I'm not going to take any more calls. We've been on here for 2 hours, and that's a lot for anybody to watch in a replay and so forth. But I have very much enjoyed this. It was a little rougher today because we have some new people that got upset. So I want to address that, how beautiful my 1111s were and how you guys carry yourself very well. I just simply, number one, please don't come on and bring up another creator's name in chat, in a call. You can simply say, a creator I was watching. That's all you got to say. That's all this person had to say was, I was watching a creator, and it was with Zanime and Ronnie and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Right? You know, leave it up to me who we want to bring the name of the creator. If I'm like, oh, was that Harsh Reality? Or, oh, was that Evil Exists? That means I have checked them out. I'm on board that they have the proper energy that aligns with me. but I don't discuss other creators in any negative way or imply in any negative way, because it could get me if I said something very derogatory about someone. So right now we know there is a fellow creator that is going through a legal battle with Candace Bly. Now, if I were to bring that up and I say the name, he could literally strike me for spreading propaganda, for liability of defaming his character. So even though it's 100% true that that is happening, that there is a legal battle between that creator and Candace Bly, I personally choose to avoid that situation and not say anything about the creator's name, right? And that's why I say when you come on and you're on call, I ask that you do not say the creator's name, because you may have a negative or a positive information, but we don't need to be throwing people under a bus when they're not here to defend themselves either, because I guarantee you we don't know all the story. We may think we know all the story, we just don't. We just don't. So that's that. And then clickbait, I want to explain clickbait. Clickbait is saying, I have all the answers right here today. You will never need to work a day in your life. And then you get on here and I'm like, if you don't need money and stuff, we're going to go on a picnic and watch these kids play sports. And you're like, that had nothing to do with the title. Like, it wasn't about what the title said. That's clickbait, right? Yeah. This wasn't clickbait. The timing of this with the paganistic belief of the past. There are bad pagans out there. We have a cult-like community giving away a celebration of life for a girl that was a virgin, allegedly, at 16, that seems to be nefariously in the trunk of a car around the Lionsgate time, around the fall equinox, which is what pagans are based on. We have this woman in a cloak running around the community circle. We have our daughter with the community. And we have a lot of kids that are not producing a picture. There doesn't seem to be a story here in a party. The party seems to be the cover up. So today we learned a lot about Burning Man. So absolutely, it was not clickbait. And I started it off with saying that there are friends of mine that are pagans, and that there are some of the most beautiful people in the world as pagans. But there are very bad warlocks and witches, and there are good witches, and there are good people, and there are good Jehovah Witnesses, and there are bad Jehovah Witnesses. There are good Protestants, there are bad Protestants, good doctors, bad doctors, lawyers, good, bad, police officers, good, bad. It is what it is. It's the way it is. And I didn't hang up on nobody. And I'm not going to sit here and defend myself a minute longer. I'm going to thank you for having a beautiful day with me, because we learned a lot today. We learned a lot. I encourage you to be the next one to call in. Let's get some new voices on the line. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the calls, except for the one woman that, made it all about her for the next hour in the chat, which was absolutely very narcissistic of her to do and manipulate and carry on and on and on about why I hung up on her when I made the rule clear: do not say another creator's name on my channel. And she did it not once, not twice, but 3 times and wouldn't listen. And I'm Mama D. I'll tell you, I'm a truth seeker and I'm a truth speaker. And I'm very direct at times. I give you, I'm like that with my kids. If I tell you 3 times not to do something, like, my daughter was 3 years old in the back seat of the car, and she had a hairbrush, little tiny Barbie hairbrush. She rolled it up and got it stuck into her hair when she was a baby. She's 3 in the back seat. Mama D's driving. And I said, don't put that in your hair. Don't put that in your hair. And she rolled it up tight. So I pulled the car over, and it took a few minutes to get that rat's nest out and get that little Barbie comb brush or whatever, that little pink comb out of her hair. I gave it back to her. And I said, now, Britt, don't put that in your hair, baby. Don't do it. Mom will throw it away. And I got back on the road. I drove down the road. The child watched me in the rearview mirror. And she was like, she didn't say it, but you know what I'm saying? She was like daring me. She was like, And then she rolled it up tight into her hair. So I pulled the car over. And this time I was as gentle getting it out of her hair. And it hurt a little bit. And she was like, ow, ow. I said, do not put this back in your hair. If you do it one more time, it's gone forever. Forever. And everybody's like, okay. Well, this child rolled that back up. She watched me in the rearview mirror as I'm driving down. And I'm like, don't do it, Brittany. Brittany, Leah, Brittany, I mean it. Mama, this time it's wound up and she did it super tight. And I'm like, oh my God. I pulled over. My sister was with me. I pulled over. I finally got it out of that child's hair. And I got back in the car. And I had that little brush in my hand. And I was so mad I wasn't even speaking to that baby back there. And she was throwing a tantrum, kicking her feet, hitting the window with her hand, carrying on. And I'm driving. I just turned the music up. Turned the music up. Finally, when it was too loud, it hurt her ears. She shut up. I turned it back down. What did I do? I rolled that window down and I said, see this? This little brush? Out the window it went. It went flying by her. And what Mama D do? I told you better. I told you not to do that. So when I'm trying to tell y'all is, I don't want you to say creators' names on here. Don't get mad at me when I'm like, done, out the window. I got to be me. I got to be real. I can't do it. I can't do it. If I can't do it, I won't do it. But I do love you guys. I love you a lot. And I want to get through these call-ins, so that gives you guys that platform. I need you to make sure when you call, try to stay on the topic of the video if possible. So even though you may have a theory about, how pumpkins look really good out in a field, I need you guys, please stay on topic, because the people here that you're calling in for, they're wanting to hear your theory on Kiely, if that's the title. So that's all I ask, is us to rein in the reins a little bit. But overall, I learned a lot. I learned a great deal about the idea of Burning Man through reading that, through us talking about it. I would have liked to talk more, but I'm not here to control the narrative. I'm not Sammy or Jody Sue, right? I don't have any cigarettes. Jody Sue. You'll have to sit here for 24 hours. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to talk. I don't even understand how she got away with that. One time I clicked over there and there was like 10 people and she was just sitting there sleeping. Like, and I'm like, what? Just blew my mind. But yeah, on the Burning Man, I think I'm putting the seeds out there. I want us as a true crime community to really look at it. We all smell what's cooking in the kitchen. It's like cultish Kool-Aid cooking in the kitchen. We got kids making creme brulee. It's not looking good, y'all. It's just not looking right. It's looking like we have a community of, is it a Donner cult? I mean, is it the Truckee Kids of the Corn? Is it the Truckee Kids of the Corn, y'all? Is it? I feel like it really could be. I feel like there's true Truckee Kids of the Corn. All right, my lovelies, I want to thank you so much for being here. I hope that we get to do this again soon. I'm not going to be on tomorrow. I'm going to finish The Office. I am so excited. I want to get everything done. It is bluer than blue. It won't come off my nails. I got to take the nail polish off. And I'm not going to do my nails to paint the room again. So I love you guys. Thank you so much, Ophelia, Frisco. Do you know rules? Oh, yeah, we're going to do Fight Club. Fight Club will be out not tomorrow, but the following day. Chapter 5 is going to be on, today is Tuesday, Thursday. So we're going to pick everything back up on Thursday. I will be gone tomorrow. Just need a little reprieve. I'm wanting to get The Office done to surprise you guys. I don't know if I'll have the logo done in time. It's going to take 2 weeks to get everything done. So, but I am jumping on here to be with you as much as possible because I adore you, my 1111s. I truly do. I truly do. And I couldn't wait to talk to y'all. I couldn't wait. I really couldn't. That Burning Man festival could be just a small handful of very naughty pagans that are taking it back to the old way. We have a 16-year-old possible virgin. Kind of freaky. I love you guys to the moon and back. Make your day count. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.